The Mid-South Audio Stage has turned into an art studio of sorts, and soon the River Marsh Golf Course at the Hyatt Chesapeake Resort will do the same thing. Artists will line the course to show off their plein air art skills. It's all a part of their annual plein air golf tournament and artist showcase in Cambridge. Here to tell us more about it is Jack Somm, who is representing the event along with plein air artist Will Hemsley. Guys, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, and we've been throwing around the term plein air art, but what exactly is it?
Plein air art is really different things to different people, but in truth, it's just a fancy way of saying painting outdoors. The artist's goal when he gets outside and he's painting plein air is to capture the light and capture the moment as quickly as possible.
I like that. Okay. And soon artists are going to line the golf course at the resort, and it's all a part of an event. Let's talk about that event.
All right, it's a two-day event. The artist last year asked if they could paint in town one day as well as the golf course. So Sunday, June the 3rd, the artist will check in at the Dorchester Center for the Arts, bring as many canvases as they want. They've got 2 days to paint. First day anywhere in town. The second day it will be at the golf course, the River Marsh Golf Course at the Hyatt Chesapeake Bay Resort.
Yeah, and what are some of the things that they're going to be painting?
Well, it's really up to them, and I think we've got some samples behind us here, but we'll give them the opportunity to pick anywhere that inspires them in terms of doing that, basically a quick painting to capture the light at the moment at which they see it.
Okay. All right, and so let's talk about what we have behind here since you were talking about that, starting with the one behind me. This crab right here. What exactly is going on
That's
here?
a relief sculpture in progress at the moment. Just as much as you would see an artist painting outdoors, more and more you're just as likely to see a sculptor sculpting outdoors. A lot of the different shows that are happening, for instance, Waterfowl Festival, plein air this year, things like that, you have a quick sculpt where an artist has an hour to come out and try and render something as quickly as possible, just like you would see a painter do.
Okay, and let's move on down the line.
The next
here.
piece is, that's actually the first painting I bought. That was not one of my own or one of my father's, who's a painter as well. It's a wonderful painter out of Crisfield named Deborah Howard, and I really fell in love with her work. She exhibits along with me at South Street Art Gallery. And it's a really good example of capturing a piece in the moment with a really unique light quality.
Yeah, and then this huge one right behind us.
That piece in back, it's a painting my father did.
Okay.
Of a well-known fish market in Maine, and that's the back view of it. The front of it is very iconic, especially if you're a local to Maine, and he really likes scenes that are not as often noticed. This is the back view where the fishermen and watermen are bringing in the day's catch, and it's a really good example of a very quick, effortless painting style meant to capture the character of a place.
And I'm sure you probably get your art skills from him too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay, cool. And moving on here, this kind of purplish one.
Yeah, that's a piece in progress. That's a view of the Wye River from the Wye Bridge. It's, for me, plein air, I'm not really interested in capturing a finished piece out there. I want to get information for studio work. Whereas some other artists, their goal when they go out is to paint a finished piece within an hour's time. That's a really complicated piece of light to capture at dusk.
I bet.
You maybe only have 30 minutes to capture it. So that piece was actually done largely in studio, but it was from about an hour session out in the Y.
Wow, an hour session. Okay, cool. And this last one right here. Lots of texture.
Jack, I'll let you talk about that one.
The last one is our winner from last year, and while we focus on the Eastern Shore, we have artists from the Western Shore, and this particular artist who won last year is from Morgantown, West Virginia, and he'll be with us again this year. And this is a scene that was painted at the Cambridge Country Club, just kind of looking upriver a ways. His name is Seth Hill, and he was our winner last year.
Awesome. All right, and this one right here is pretty important, you were telling me too.
Well, this is one of the really excellent artists on the Eastern Shore, lives in Berlin. He's from D.C., graduate of the Maryland Institute, as Will's father is a graduate of the Maryland Institute and has a Master of Fine Arts from George Washington University. His name is Kevin Fitzgerald. And we feel very fortunate Kevin is going to be our judge this year. So he will be the one that picks the 3 winners at the end of the 2 days of painting. Those 3 winners, those paintings will be live auctioned.
Okay.
At the end of the dinner on the day of the tournament, and the balance of the paintings will be silent auctioned. And we're also fortunate this year, as part of the auction, we have some wonderful items that will be auctioned along with the paintings.
And it's also going to benefit the Dorchester Center of the Arts.
This is 100% for the Dorchester Center for the Arts, and what we use the revenue from the fundraiser for is for scholarships for our summer art camps.
Okay.
So it's very important for the children in Dorchester County particularly to have the opportunity to experience what we do offer at the Arts Center and do it at no charge.
Of course, I'm sure it's going to be really important for them. So let's go over those event details really quickly once again. You said it was June 3rd and 4th, right?
Correct.
And at the artist reception is on the 3rd, and then the golf tournament in the showcase is on the 4th,
That's
right?
correct.
And then location, Hyatt River Marsh Golf Club.
Yes, and we're still looking for some foursomes, and there are tickets available for the reception and just for the dinner if you want to enjoy the pig roast and the auction. And this year we're trying something different, is 100% of the cost of those tickets apply towards any winning bid you have. So during the auction, you can take the price of the tickets for either the reception,
Cool.
the dinner, or both, and they'll apply against your winning bid.
All right, amazing. Thank you so much, Will and Jack.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having us.
Mm-hmm.